Okay, what's up, guys? It's Troy D. Welcome back to the channel. Troy D 24/7 Mall. On point reviews all day, every day. Man, I think we hit 2,600 today. Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. Thank you for all your help. To all our friends, our allies, our supporters, thank you. And to all our haters, to the people out there hating, Kang Jellybean, bro, thank you so much for promoting the channel. I appreciate you. Like I said, even the haters are also the fans. So thank you so much for being a fan. Now, speaking of haters and fans, we're gonna talk about something that, man, has a lot of haters and fans. Okay, this is none other than Jeremy Fragrance, Date for Men. Jeremy Fragrance, Date for Men. Yes, I finally got it after looking for this one for a long time. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the Jeremy hate, the Jeremy love. We're gonna talk about hating in general. Let's hit the music, guys. Okay, we're back. Jeremy Fragrance, Date for Men. The main reason I really wanted this pretty damn bad is that, number one is, Jeremy Fragrance is a bold person. He's bold for doing this, But of course, at this time of speaking, by this time that I've mentioned this, there's other people right now. There's the Aaron Terrence Hughes. You've got the Navitus, and the other ones. Other perfume reviewers have actually decided to go and do their own fragrance, which is pretty cool. But Jeremy Fragrance is one of those really bold guys that said, let's go at it. And he got the services of Alberto Morillas, which is basically one of the best designer perfumers ever, has done so many classics. I believe he also did some niche, okay? But mostly Alberto, from my experience, he does some really mass appealing ones. He did the Philip Plein, and I thought that was great, even if they hated the brand, or people hated on the brand just as bad as Jeremy. Okay, so Date for Men, this is the more expensive one. This is the sticker shock one. Office for Men is at the 100 something mark, and then Date for Men, when you go on their website, it's like $250, and you're like, oh my god, what? And it really stops you on your tracks, right? And especially if you are a fan of Jeremy, I'm pretty sure this would be revolting, right? Why? Because most of Jeremy's fragrances that he pushes on his site actually are designers, and designers are really not expensive. If you try to get it in the gray market, you'll get it really cheap. And so if you've been conditioned this whole time to like designer fragrance, and then you're the king of the designer reviews, comes out with a fragrance that is priced at a niche, oh my gosh, that would really appall you. So I see where that's coming from, because when I checked, just what other people were saying, I mean, mostly it wasn't even about the fragrance. It wasn't about Date. It was about Jeremy. They were hating mostly on Jeremy, not the fragrance. Okay. So to me, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. That's where the hate comes from. I would be mad if I was one of the Jeremy fans that have been conditioned all this time to buy things at the $100 something mark, and then you've got the 250 something mark on Date for Men. I would be appalled, okay? But I still won't hate him. I don't know. Like, for me, I always go by this rule, which is you can't be a player if you hate the players. You can't be a winner if you hate the winners, okay? Yeah, he could be pretty annoying as a guy, but then that's an act, and it's marketing, you know what I mean? But the point is, he's the guy that made it to 1 million subs, and I believe got a lot of people into reviewing fragrances. He didn't get me to review the fragrances because I really don't watch him, but from my knowledge, he's what inspired a lot of people to do this. So hey, can't hate the player, you know what I mean? Just let him do what he does. And whatever, this is what I always say, like, whatever happens, okay? But so this Date for Men, like I said before, this is my third now. I started with Office for Men, and Office for Men to me was fantastic, okay? You heard me. I said fantastic. I have a review on it, okay? Make sure you watch it if you've never seen it. Office for Men to me was fantastic. I felt like the projection, everything was on point on that one. It gave me, yes, Aventus feelings. It gave me whatever the Sauvage feelings. I mean, they were all there and then projected quite nicely. So that's really what won for me. Okay, so that's what made me pursue, Night for Women, right here. Which, I gave this to my wife. I reviewed this as well. Day and Night for Women. I decided to do that, and then eventually Date for Men. Now the thing about Date for Men is, there are a lot of people that got to win this over the bundles or VIP codes. When you have the VIP code, sometimes the discount is so huge that you're able to get it. So, and the thing is, there's really not a lot of people selling this. Really, like there are some people that are just gonna catch and release it, but then really there's not a lot of people. Even if they own this, they kind of still keep it as something they wear. So that was my issue. That's why it took a while for me to get it. But luckily, one of our friends, one of our sellers that I know decided to sell this, and I hopped on it as soon as possible. Okay, so let's do our little ceremonious spray while we're at it. Ah, nice. Okay. So I will say this, guys. When it comes to fragrances, especially if you're like a YouTuber, I guess, and you have millions and millions of subscribers that are not, possibly not really too much into the depth, because like we do know that there are a lot of people that watch YouTube reviews for the compliment factor, something that I don't really talk about so much, but I know that there are many other channels out there that are so hard on that compliment thing. They really hammer it home, and there's a huge amount of following of people that's what they care about. And so Jeremy's channel, I would categorize it as somebody that a channel that really is about the compliments. And because of that, I think that Date for Men was made for this reason, okay? But there is a difference with Office for Men. Now, Office for Men for me was like straight cut, linear, just understandable. It was so easy to really go, yeah, that's good, because like you go through the phases of that Aventusy start, and then sort of like that second, more Sauvage style phase, and then you feel the hard, like, the projection, and then you're just like, yeah. Then that's how you end up saying, yeah. I agree. This is an awesome fragrance. With Date for Men, man, it took me maybe a lot of wears to try to decipher this if it was in the same ballpark as Office for Men, which it wasn't. Okay, I did not get that, sort of like 1 + 2 + 3 = yes kind of equation in my head. It didn't feel that way, that I was just like, yeah, that's great because of this, and this. Date for Men, I had to take like 4 wears. I had to really try it. I was like, where's this going? Because, and then I was always thinking about the price. Like, man, what if I did pay $249? Ooh. Okay, so Date for Men, basically, let's talk about the notes. Opens with some lemon, bergamot, orange, as well as juniper berries. This is a standard citrusy, fruity, somewhat bright opening. It's really, really, really quite nice. And in my opinion, it's also you can smell this in his other fragrances. Okay, it's something that I don't know, for some reason I see it here. Okay, but it's like that lemon bergamot opening, which is quite nice. And then afterwards, and let me just say this: one day he said something about it being a clash of fruits. It's not a clash of fruits. It's just citrusy and nice, but it's not a clash of fruits. Like a fruit salad, a fruit mash. It is sweet, but it's not super fruity to me. Now, remember I told you guys about the curve appeal, where it kind of curves, changes a little bit. The change here will be from the cardamom, in my opinion. Cardamom is that extra spice that they put on the fragrance. A lot of designers have them as well. A lot of Parfums de Marly have them as well. The cardamom here is like a level 6.5 out of 10, which means it's not going to be a spicy fragrance. However, it curves into a yeah, 6.5 6.5 out of 10 level cardamom to make sure that it's a manly scent, appealing manly scent, curves into like somewhat of a spice. Now, the most obvious here, and if you own the other Jeremy fragrance releases, such as Day and Night for Women in Office, are the Ambroxans. Okay, the Ambroxans are the most obvious. I feel like the Ambroxans overpower the other notes. That's my feel. It's very pronounced on the mid notes. It's very very pronounced. Projects nice. And then on the dry down you have musk. You know, musk, you can really smell that. Now the most contested one here is the oud essence. And it's seriously, where is the oud? You know, like I've been trying to find it. I think they changed the wording to oud essence because it's not really there. And now it's called essence because, you know, it's now the essence of oud, but it's not really oud. I hope that, you know, because I don't follow Jeremy, I hope that he didn't make that justification that this is 249 because of the oud essence, because I don't know, I can barely find it. I mean, the dry down here is mostly like woody notes, musk, patchouli, but the dry down here is, yeah, it's mostly woody. I can't really find the oud, you know, also because the Ambroxans are again overpowering, and it overpowers almost everything else. It's almost like it's a very like straight cut type of deal. Okay, so to me this one here smells very designer-ish. Okay, very designer-ish in the sense that most designer fragrances are appealing, but then you can't really categorize them because they're so like straight in the way that they project their scent. It's like, oh, I know this is, you know, this is a likable scent. And the fact that it doesn't feel like a niche. I don't feel like there's enough like deeper notes here or ingredients that would really convince me that, oh, this is something that goes on the niche side. It smells very designery. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you change the bottle to something else, like you could really, you know, you could sell it as that, right? And for me also, this isn't really just necessarily for dates. I feel like this is an easy grab fragrance. Anywhere on the go, anything where you feel easy, fun, relaxed, you're meeting people. I was asked once if this could be worn in the office. I think you can. You just have to like not overspray it, because it's nice as well. It's just pleasing. I guess you can wear it on a date, but it's just, maybe it's not my idea of a date, you know. And I think about a date, you know, I think about a string of events that are not always just too relaxing or too fun, because, you know, things can amp up on a date, you know. So that's not necessarily what I would wear on a date. But if I'm just thinking about a mass pleasing thing to wear that's, you know, just fun, relaxing, cool, you know, date is definitely it. Now again, the price is going to be the issue, that $249. But like I said before, there's the gray market, there's the discounts, there's all of that. If this was really like on the 100 range, maybe I would do it, maybe. And all you're really gonna get here is an easy grab mass pleaser fragrance that the projection here is also is moderate. I wouldn't say it's a bomb. Office was a bomb really, but date is kind of like little lower than that one. And it's just quite nice, you know. I would never buy it at $249. I mean, to be honest guys, at this point, with all the different like reviewers trying to come up with fragrances, I mean, ATH would have slayed this one, you know. ATH would have slayed this one. Or even like a Dua, you know, could be straight up in comparison with Date for Men. You know what I mean? It could be, right? So it's tough market. All right. So don't be surprised if Jeremy he's kind of going loco right now, because it is very competitive, and he has to. If I was him, I would really have to come up with something great, you know, to duke it out with everybody else, because some people out there are coming out with good stuff. Okay, but again, I can't hate the man. You can say whatever you want, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's the guy that's producing all this stuff. You know, you can't hate the player. You can hate the game if you want, but for me, it's like, dude, he got himself to 1 million followers, so He's just basically cashing in on all his efforts. So whatever, if you don't want it, don't buy it. But like I said, I saw this for $100 something, and I was like, I took it. So that's it. Is this something that I would keep? I don't see myself keeping this in the long run, but I can see myself spraying this on my day-to-day every now and then. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's my review for Date for Men. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for all our followers. Wherever you guys come in from, YouTube, Google, wherever, thank you for being here. If this is your first time, welcome. I appreciate you guys, and I will continue to make reviews. All right, we're gonna kill it every single day. Appreciate y'all. This is Troy D. Take care and God bless.